And yeah, obviously I know this entire video has been a bit of a cluster. Well, it's a week later and we're back at the van. I think in the last update I said I was going to finish off the bodywork, but I think I know I've had a change of thought. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these back doors off, get them done, and then figure it out from there. So, got the door card off. Because this was a minibus, it does have lights in the door and heated rear screen. So I've got to figure out how these little sliders, these guys here, come out. Not sure, I would assume they disconnect in there somewhere, so I'm going to have to take this off. Actually, I've got them off on this side, I think, haven't I? Yes, I do. And of course you can't see in there. How from the outside maybe. No, I do have connections up inside of there. That's the lights, obviously. No, there is a plate up there and I can't get my hand beyond it. So, these must come out inside the door somewhere. Oh, wait a moment, what do we have here? Yeah, it looks like this just pops all out, so let me put this down and I will get this all dismantled. Okay, so I have actually been able to pull some of the wires through on this side. I was hoping there'd be a connection in here, but it appears not to be. So on this side, the interior light is easy to disconnect, but the actual heated rear screen, I don't know, I'm still trying to figure this one, because that's soldered there, comes through here, and you can't get your hand up inside there to see if there's a connection. I can feel the cable, but there's no way I can get my hand up there. And it just seems to come all the way down and straight out and into here. And same with this side. That's it there. Where are we at? That is it there. And it just goes down and into the van. Great. Okay, so what I've done so far is I've taken this little clip off here, which, well, it's basically this little doohickey, which allows these to slide in and out. Now, being able to pull the cable out, and this is as far as it'll go. So, I think, well, let's get this far enough back. There we go, I can see it better now. I think what I'm going to do is this one here is for the door light. And this one here is for the heated rear screen, so if I just cut it there, and then I can solder that back together and heat shrink it, and that's basically the door taken care of. So yeah, it is what it is. You know what? It is what it is. Okay, there we go. That's it off. So what I am going to do before it goes back on, these areas here, they're up there, all around up there, they're all going to get a good sanded, painted, etc. Yes, around these hinges and everything. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one door at a time, because I don't know how much work this is going to take. So I'll set this up on the rack so I can actually get to that bottom side, and then I'll just hammer away at it. Unfortunately, one thing I did find today when I took this door off is that I had a bit poke here and it is a lot worse than I thought. I thought it was just kind of surface, but no, there's a hole there. And same on that side, but it's not quite as bad. Either way, it needs patching, so yeah, whatever. Okay, so we've got it set up here and just formulating a plan. What I think I might do is, obviously this is completely shot there, but if I trim that, maybe take this corner off, trim this all the way along this edge, trim this corner off here, and just basically make a piece, and then I can just tack it, you know, the usual spot all the way along this lower edge, and that should give it a nice thick new lip. Then what I can do is I can then just cut probably straight along there and just put a complete new piece on, bring it down and just do what Ford did and just tack it along the bottom edge. That's not a bad plan. I think that's going to work good. The other door is going to be more complex because obviously it's rotten up to here, so what I'll probably do with this door is I'll cut it across this entire lip here, take it across that entire bottom section. Don't really want to get into having to replace this or build this up, so you know, it'll be some sort of jigsaw of cuts, but yeah, this one not too bad, not too bad at all. Of course, you know, we've got rounded corners and everything here, but I think what I'm going to do is I'll take this lip off to begin with, then I'll get the door up, get all the bits of loose rust and debris out of there, and then we'll take it from there. But yeah, not too bad. Okay, so got this all trimmed down now. This has been treated for the rust and primed. So next thing is to make the piece for here. Obviously I took these corners off because they were rotten, so I'll make a lip that'll like an L shape. I'll take it all the way to the end here and make it longer so I can cut it, bend it, and we'll join it into there. Same on this side, and then bring this piece down there. So let's get to it. Okay, there we go. First test fitting there. That's going to work nicely, I think. Obviously this lip along here has to be trimmed yet, but yeah, the initial test fit, I'm happy with that. Yeah. Okay, so we are getting closer. Put the lip in there nicely. Now obviously it's still got some work to be done on it, but yeah, that is getting pretty close. Happy with that. With hindsight, being 2020 and all, what I should have done was I should have kept those two spare doors that I had, and I could have just cut this entire lip off the other door and used it. But obviously I didn't, so here I am making one. This is good. I'm going to have to make two of these. Yeah, that's the pain in the butt, but you know, whatever. Anyway, let's get on. Okay, so we are moving on here, and this will go basically into there like that, and then these two triangular sections on the ends I will then cut a piece of metal, weld that into there, and then the usual spot all the way along. Well, what I'll do with this one is, because this metal is so thin and you can already see there it's rusted through, I'll do a spot in the middle, spot on the end, spot on the end, spot in the middle, spot on the end, spot, just to keep the heat at a minimum. But yeah, we're getting there. Okay, there we go. All nicely clamped in there, and we are almost ready to begin welding. Next step, I'm going to get the welder out, and it's the new hitbox that I've just bought off eBay, so I'm going to have a little bit of practice with that and a few pieces of scrap before I get into this, but overall, yeah, coming along nicely. Okay, so this is my first attempt at bodywork. I've actually reduced the power a little bit to 75, but I'm happy with that. God damn, I mean, that's not bad at all. I've had far more expensive welders that did not do bodywork as nicely as this. It's very adjustable. But what I am going to do is I will do a much more in-depth review on this at a later date, but damn, I'm impressed. I like it a lot. Yeah, okay, there we go. Obviously it's not completely finished yet, it still needs some more body working done on it, but this is enough to get it back in, and then we'll there we go. Yeah, I'll get it back in, and then tomorrow I will make a start with the other one. Yeah, quite happy with that, that's not bad at all. Yeah, likes of this edge here, need a little bit more work there. A couple of bits along here, there definitely needs a little bit more. But yeah, overall, pretty good. Now let's get it back on the van, and yeah, start. I think I might mark up the other door ready to cut tomorrow, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'll lock the door. There we go, that's the door hung back on there now. Obviously this is temporary, it's all got to come back off again when I paint it. But considerable improvement. Quite an improvement over the other side, that's for sure. So, as for the welder, I'm in two minds about it. It was welding great to begin with, and then it was as if it was welding great at the beginning, did really well. Then all of a sudden I could not get it set up to not burn through. I mean, it literally just it was as if the power settings just ramped up to full power, and what seemed to happen was when you first struck up an arc, it was as if it was on full power for an instant and then powered down. And well, thin sheet metal like this you just blow through immediately. Did break out the old girl just to give her a go, see if she was working, but no, she's just had it. Got a couple of spots and then she was dead again. So, but tomorrow is this is the one tomorrow. There's a lot of work to do on this. Obviously a full rear section as with the other one, but we've also got up here, these are all rotted out where but I do have a plan for that. I'm not sure if it's in here or not. I don't see it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I've got the back section which held the lights on, the license plate lights on cesspit. So I may do is just blank these off, and then I'm going to mount that with the correct license plate lamps. Try that. Try saying that 3 times. License plate lights. And yeah, we'll take it from there. But yeah, happy with what we've got done today. So that's it for today. Packing up, and we'll be back at this tomorrow. Wow, raining again. So much for getting this back door finished. We've had several days of just intermittent showers, rain, and just gnarly weather. So obviously I have not gotten any work done on this door. I don't want to be in a position where it's off and rushing to try and get it put back on to seal the van up when it starts raining. However, I've been working up at the front end here. This area here, where we're at, just repairing that. A little bit of work on the inner fender as well. I have added an addition here, just to give the there it is, the plastic wheel arch something to attach to just there. Still got to be tacked on behind, but yeah, the problem was it stopped here, and I was going to use the Mondeo bumper, but I've spent several days here messing with it, because that's the one thing I could get into. It was easy to put things away, but I just cannot quite get it there. Given enough time, I know I could. That would not be an issue. Problem is, I am really running out of time with this right now. We are in the middle of September, and I am due to head back to the US in October. So I literally have 4 weeks to finish this van if I want to get it done before I leave. And spending days working on a front bumper just isn't cutting it. So I've decided I'm going to go with the original Transit bumper, which is a shame, but you know, sometimes you just got to pick your battles. Anyway, still got this side to do. Obviously I've got a mark there where the piece will fit in. Already got it cut. Again, it'll go in something like that. Yeah, it's yeah, that's Cesspit's old fenders laying on the ground there. They have been, let's just say, donating pieces of metal. And for anyone that's wondering why I have cut these fenders up, I know some people will say, you know, you've wasted a good fender, somebody could have used that. Well, it's several months, in fact it's 6-7 months since I broke Cesspit up, and they've been advertised ever since then, and I've had zero interest in them, so they may as well donate their metal to help with the van project. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the tent set up here, see if I can figure out a way how to finish this off and stay relatively dry, and at least that's going to be the front end almost done. I think this may be open to change, but I think what I'm going to just continue to work on this week is this front end. Just get it finished, you know. Well, got the tent up. Hopefully this is going to dry out. Got some welding to do there, finish that off. Yeah, I'm kind of in that sort of one of those catch-22 situations. I need to get on with this, but also, you know, I don't want to be, I don't want to MIG welder out here in the rain. All I can do is just give this an hour or so, see if it dries up any, and then move on from there. What I might do, I may actually, got the axle down there, I may get on with that, get the springs off, springs and the shocks, and just start cleaning that axle up. I mean, that's something I can probably get on with without too much risk of being electrocuted. Yeah, that's what I think I'm probably going to do. So, yeah. You can hear the enthusiasm. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, I've got the axle dragged over here. So, first thing I think I'm going to do is break the springs off. Shock absorbers. Obviously those old parking brake lines that have come off. I am taking the brake lines off, although they're actually in pretty good condition on this, surprisingly good. I'm still taking them off because they do have to be disconnected from a brake pipe, rubber flexi pipe. So I think they're just going to break anyway when I do that, so I may as well just take them off and replace them. Going to work all the way up to the drums, and then very last thing I will do is I'll probably put the axle on first before I rebuild the brakes. The brakes are going to be one of the last things that are going to get done on this, mainly because I at this point do not think I'm going to get this finished before I go to America, so there's no point in putting new brake components on and them just sitting there to rust and seize up again. So yeah, anyway, yeah, got this off, let's get to it. Well, there you go, just a quick coat of paint, nicely sanded down, and yeah, top her off with oil and she's ready to go in. Now, as you can see, the sun's come out, so yeah, obviously I didn't get the welder out based on the weather forecast. It was supposed to be heavy showers, torrential rain by now, so yeah, but this needed doing, so you know, it's done. Anyway, I'm going to pack this up and yeah, see what else I can get into today. There's no point in dragging the welder and everything out now. It's a new rims for the Chevy. I'm just hitting those with some paint, and while they are drying, I'm finishing off this axle over here. Just all the brackets and everything off it. Just taking them off, giving them a nice clean there, and just a little bit of paint. Yes, I'm one of those people that paints brackets before I put them back on. There's the axle just sitting there. Not sure, I may actually have a go at this today. I'm kind of torn. Again, it's another day of just messed up weather, so I would like to get this finished, get that welding done there, and then at least I can start getting this front end put together, but we'll see how it plays. But for now, brackets are done. I'm going to give those rims another coat of paint, and then yeah, see what happens then. Well, we've got those completed. Checked the forecast, and it is supposedly going to be dry for a couple of hours at least, so I think I'm going to try and get in to do this front end. Obviously still got all the brackets there, just sitting there drying. I'm going to try and get this front end done, and then that's it, finished. And I've just got those back doors to do. But yeah, this weather has turned into a right pain in the butt. You know, you're just not getting a full day at anything. So anyway, let me move this axle, grab the welding gear, and see what we can get done. Well, I've gotten that partially welded in, and yeah, so obviously it started to rain, but at least I've got that section in there that will hold the wheel, the plastic wheel arch, so you know, that's okay for the moment. I'm going to let that dry up. Everything's soaking wet at the moment, even though I've got the tent up. The wind's kind of been lashed the rain across, so the welder's dry, thankfully. But I've wiped everything down. I just need to leave it for 20 minutes or so, let it just dry through. So yeah, I'll grab a Coke or something like that and then come back to it. I'm actually gonna call this video at this point. I'm heading back to the house for a few days, and yeah, unfortunately this video has become very, very disjointed. A lot of what I was wanting to get done, I just haven't. Obviously I got this back door complete, didn't get that one done. Got some of the work done up front here, and yeah, I've not gotten that complete either. Got some of the axle done, didn't get that complete. I mean, it's yeah, it's just been a bit of a cluster. So like I said, I'm heading back today. I've got a few things to take care of, and I will be back at this in about 3 days, and hopefully by then the long range weather forecast is a lot more stable weather, which is what I really need. I need to get this front end finished. I need to get the welding, you know, complete on this front end, and I also need to get that door finished. My plan had always been to have this vehicle complete by the end of this month, which is September, and it's just too far away. I've just run into too many problems along the way, you know, just unexpected bits here and there. These past 2 weeks the weather has just not been particularly good, so obviously don't want to be out here welding with an electric welder when it's torrential rain just about. So yeah, anyway, what I'm going to do this morning is I've got the bits there that were hanging up for the axle. I'm going to just put them on the axle, roll it up to the front of the van. There's a little bit of bondoing that I'm going to finish off because it should be dry enough to do that now, and then just pack up and, you know, call it until next week. So yeah, let's get on with it. Okay, so this is it for today. And for this video, I'm at the point where there's really nothing else I can do because everything is just so damned wet. And yeah, obviously I know this entire video has been a bit of a cluster, jumping from one job to the next, just trying to do things that, you know, I can get in under the weather, but obviously hasn't quite worked out as well as I'd hoped, but you know, we did get jobs done. At the end of the day, we did get jobs done. So yeah, that's it really. Anyway, take care, have a good one, come back and see me sometime. Hopefully next time will be a lot better on this van. So have a good one.